New Sod. Hi, this is Lauren from Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden here in Littleton, Colorado. And I'd like to talk to you today about how to properly take care of new sod. There's some key things to remember no matter where you are. You want to make sure your sod stays wet, but not too wet. Dry, but not too dry. Kind of confusing, I know. You also want to make sure that you keep everything off of the grass, such as people, dogs, lounge chairs, barbecue grills. And you also want to make sure that you don't put a lot of fertilizer. Let me go over the watering first, because that was a little confusing. When you get your new sod in, it likes to stay wet. But you get that squishy sound, like you get the nice sucking sound, your grass is going to be a little too wet. What happens is the roots on your new sod will tend to rot. And they can rot in as little as 7 to 10 days. If it's like a desert and you can't even get into the soil, it's not going to be able to take off and it's going to dry up. In either case, you're going to get a coloration change in your grass. Instead of nice green, you're going to get some of those yellows, those browns, a little bit of orange. And without looking at it, it's hard to say which one, but just, the best way to water, take a hose like I have here. For a couple minutes, go out and just soak the grass and then walk away. Later that day, come out and do it again. Now let me get back to the second point of animals and people needing to stay off the grass. If people and animals are walking on the grass, like say I'm having to replace a dog run, or like here we had a little bit of a sandbox, if you walk on the grass, it disturbs the roots. If the roots cannot get established, your sod's not going to take off and it's not going to do well. So for like rye, it's 7 to 10 days for the roots to really take off. Fescue can be 10 to 14 days, depending on where you're at. And bluegrass, which is one of the longest ones, takes 28 days. So we need to keep children, lawnmowers, dogs, any other animals as much as you can off the grass. Now the final thing we need to talk about again is the fertilizer. If you put down fertilizer, that nitrogen on young grass, just like young seedlings, if you're doing a vegetable garden, that nitrogen will burn the grass and then you're going to do exactly the opposite of what you want. So if you can wait till you've mowed the lawn 3 times, then go ahead and fertilize. But again, that can be between 2 weeks and a month and a half, just depending on what type of grass you have. So the key things to remember: watch your watering, make sure it doesn't sound like a swamp when you step on it. 2, keep anybody and everything off of the grass. And 3, keep the fertilizer off until you've mowed your grass 3 times. This is a great way on how to properly take care of your new sod. This is Lauren Bauman at Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden. Thank you for watching.